Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another video. I really appreciate you all watching these videos. It really means a lot. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to go ahead and do that. Like the video down below. Turn on your post notifications so that you can know anytime that we at American Elections upload. Also, there's a Discord server down below for you to join. I would love to communicate more with you all there. The Discord server is small right now, but we would love for you to join in. And as we grow, there will be more people in there. We have an area for you to talk about the midterms and so much more. Just hop in there on Discord. Also, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. All those social media handles are down below. But let's go ahead and talk about today's video. Today, we're going to be talking about a 2024 matchup prediction that seems to be one that may actually happen. While I do not think Nikki Haley is probably the most likely person to be the 2024 Republican nominee, she has expressed interest in running, even going as far as to say she as the next president, referring to herself. So, you know, she's really expressed interest in this possibility of her running in 2024. And it's something that we should take serious from an election prediction look and just see where we're at going into the 2024 midterm elections. Or not midterm elections, I'm sorry, the 2022 midterm elections going into the 2024 presidential election. There's going to be a lot that happens in the midterms that are going to refer to what happens in the 2024 presidential election. But as of the beginning of August, this is my prediction on Joe Biden versus Nikki Haley, a matchup, President Biden running for re-election against former governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. We're going to start by giving safe states to the obvious candidates. So, you know, these are states that aren't really up for debate. Like I've always said before, these are states that are likely, or not even likely, they're safe going to the Democrats. It is safe to say that they will go to the Democrats on a pretty solid margin in this election prediction. There's many states on here that you may be like, well, they're definitely going to go Democrat, and I would most certainly agree. But some of these are going to be a little bit closer than others, so we have to put those in a different type of margin. But let's go ahead and give some safe states to Nikki Haley. States like Utah, Idaho, Montana. You all get the gist of it overall. But let's go ahead and give some safe states. Let me put that as a toss-up. But these are states, like I said before, that are, known to be Republican states, and they're probably going to go to the Republican by a 15-plus margin. So this is obviously up for debate. Let's look at Alaska real fast. So in Alaska in 2022, Trump won it by 10.1 points, and just 4 years prior won it by 14.7. We can go ahead and refer to that as a well, we'll put it on toss-up right now, and then we'll characterize it in a moment. But these are, let me make sure I've got all of them. These are pretty much the safe states for the Republicans and safe states for the Democrats. So this gives us a good outlook of where we're going to be. Sorry, I've got to give a few more to Biden. I forgot to characterize Delaware and Maryland. But this will give us a good characterization on where we'll be going into these next elections into 2024. Sorry. But, yeah, this is pretty much where we're at with the safe states for the Republicans and safe states for the Democrats going into this election prediction. Let's also go ahead and give New Jersey to the Democrats as well. So let's also talk about states. We're also going to talk about likely, lean, and tilt Republican and Democratic states, and we're going to start talking about that with the likely Republicans. These are states that are likely going to go to the Republicans, around a 5 to 15% range. Not that 15 plus, but in between 5 and 15 percentage points. So we'll go ahead and start with states like Oregon, where Joe Biden is going to win on a likely margin, Colorado, where he's likely to win, as well as states such as, for the Democrat, states like Virginia, where they're probably going to win in between that 5 and 15 percentage margin, and states like states like maybe New Mexico as well. That may be a closer race. That's just kind of, we'll have to look and see. And states like maybe Minnesota, where the Democrats are likely to win it. So yeah, I would say that Biden will win this above 5 percentage points if he's running for re-election. So this is pretty much where we stand with those likely Democratic states. Overall, this is where those likely Democratic states would be. Likely Republican states are going to be states like Texas, Alaska, Florida, South Carolina even. South Carolina may be, or Florida may be. Florida is actually going to be a little closer. I'm sorry about that. So we'll characterize that in a moment. But states also like Indiana and Ohio, states like Iowa. So these are overall the states that we're going to be looking at that are going to be likely Republican states. So as you can see, Biden's at 216, Nikki Haley's at 189 electoral votes going into this. So a few other states that we're going to have to talk about are states like Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina. These states are states that are ultimately going to decide this race and decide it in other presidential elections as well. The next states that we're going to talk about are going to be lean Democratic and lean Republican states. We're going to start with lean Democratic states. These are states most likely going to go to the Democrats by 1 to 5 percentage points. So we're going to talk about states potentially like New Hampshire. The state of New Hampshire, pretty likely to go to the Democrats, but it's going to be more of a lean margin. Not that tilt margin, not as close as people may think, but it will be a lean margin. States like Nevada, where I believe it will be a lean race, the Democrats will win it, but it will be a lean 1 to 5 percentage points in the state of Nevada. I'm sorry about that. Also, I forgot to characterize the District of Columbia. Sorry about that as well. So we still have states like Arizona, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. These are the states that are left. But let's go ahead and characterize some lean Republican states. States like Florida, where the Republicans are most likely going to win the state of Florida. States like North Carolina, where it's going to be close, but it will be on that lean margin, 1 to 5 percentage points. States like Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Arizona are still going to be too close to call. These 74 electoral votes are going to decide who the next president will be. Will Joe Biden get to serve a second term, or will we have our first female president, Nikki Haley? So that is what we're going to be looking at with the next group of states that we're going to have. And these are all going to be very close. So we're going to start talking about the state of Wisconsin. The state of Wisconsin is one of those states that is going to be close, but ultimately, I don't believe that it'll be as close as some people might think. I think Wisconsin will definitely be close. I mean, if we look, Biden only won it by 0.6%. Trump only won it by 0.7%. So it's definitely going to be close. Is it going to be a lean margin or a tilt margin? That's the question now. Can Nikki Haley or Joe Biden win this by over a percentage point, or is it going to be a very, very close race? Ultimately, in many people's prediction, it's going to be one of those close races. That's going to be hard to predict. It's going to go down to the wire. And I would agree. I think Nikki Haley will end up winning it by that tilt margin, but I do believe Nikki Haley will win the state of Wisconsin. The next state we're going to talk about is the state of Arizona. If we look, Donald Trump won the state of Arizona in 2016 by 3.5%. Go 4 years later, Biden wins it by 0.3%. It was the closest race, or not the closest, the second closest race in the 2020 presidential election, Georgia being the first. So the state of Arizona is going to most certainly be close. Will it be on a tilt margin? Yes. It will be in a tilt margin, and I do believe Nikki Haley will end up being able to come out on top. Nikki Haley winning that by under a percentage point. The next state we're going to talk about is the state of Michigan. The state of Michigan is that state that's been going that went to Biden by 2.8%, and 4 years prior went to Donald Trump by 0.2%. So it's a very close race, and ultimately I do believe that Donald Trump could win the state of Michigan, but I think it's more likely for Joe Biden to win it. Even though his popularity is so low, I do believe Michigan voters would vote for Joe Biden. This puts him at 15 electoral votes from the state of Michigan, and overall 244 electoral votes. The next state we're going to talk about is the state of Georgia. I said earlier, this was the closest race in 2020. Biden only won it by 0.2 percentage points. 4 years prior, Donald Trump won it by 5 percentage points. So ultimately, I do believe that Nikki Haley will be able to win the state of Georgia, but I do think it'll be that tilt margin. I do believe that this race will be very close in the state of Michigan. The last state to talk about is Biden's home state, and as you can see as well as I can, Nikki Haley did win the presidency with Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia, those tilt Republican states. The next state we're going to talk about, though, is the state of Pennsylvania. If we look, Joe Biden won the state of Pennsylvania by 1.2%. 4 years prior, Donald Trump won it by 0.7%. I do believe that a Republican still can win the state of Pennsylvania, and I do believe that will happen if Nikki Haley is the nominee in 2024. I do believe it'll be very, very close, but I do believe Nikki Haley would end up coming out on top in this race. So this is my final prediction for the 2024 presidential race between Joe Biden and Nikki Haley. Obviously, some of these margins may be off. I filmed this video very close to the time that it needs to upload, so I'm kind of rushed through it, and I'm sorry that this video has been a little shorter than others, but I do appreciate you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. If I messed up anywhere, you are free to correct me in the comments. I will make sure to reply to you and let you know that I will fix that in the next video. Again, I appreciate you all so much for watching. Make sure to join that Discord server down below. I would love to communicate with you all more there. There's many other people that would love to talk to you all there as well. We have an area for the 2024 presidential race, midterm elections, the Senate and House. We have governor elections, and for the midterms, many different areas in that Discord server. You can get notified for YouTube uploads, Twitter, so many things. I would love for you all to join. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter down below in the description. We would love to communicate with you all more there as well. And make sure to subscribe and like this video. Turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified anytime that we upload a new video. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next election prediction video.